on you. I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting on you. Lord, I need you. Yes, I do. Lord, I need you. Yes, I need you. That's all I can listen because they won't let me play it on my channel, child. They won't let us play music. But oh, I love that. So, Lord, I need you. Yes, I need you. You put Vaseline on your eyelids? Yeah. Jesus. Hold your neck up a little. Jesus. Lord, I need you. Turn around, Lex. Bad allergies. Oh, allergy, eczema. Took her out the other day. I feel my God. This medicine was really helping. Let me see. Turn around. Okay. All right. Go have breakfast, and then I have your stuff for the day. Let's put this back so when we need it again, we need it. Hello, Toria. Hey, boo-boo. Thanks for coming back. This is the last lesson for the day. Let me go wash my hands real quick. Yeah, girl. They won't let you play other music on your channel. Woo, Lord, I need you. I don't mind waiting on you. I don't mind waiting on you. Lex, I made dinner. You want to have dinner? Okay, the stewed chicken is very, very spicy. So you might just want to have fried chicken, okay? Yeah. Okay. All right, guys, we're back. We are back. Last lesson, 3 lesson for today. Yes, yes, yes. We're gonna jump into May 14th, and that's tomorrow's lesson. So that's getting me one day ahead. That's what I'm talking about. After a while, I like to be ahead so I can do other things on this channel. And I don't have to come on every day because how many of you know coming on every day, 2-3 hours a day is a lot. It really is a lot. And yesterday I didn't come on. I got so much stuff done. I spent most of the day working on my book, and I'm just about done. I've already reached out to my editor, let her know that by the end of this week, I'm going to be sending the book to her for her to edit. And I already got the cover. And once I get it back from the editor, I will alert my formatter to let her know in about a week or so I'm going to be getting something to her, because it's a lot of steps with publishing books. Okay, it's not just, oh, I'm going to publish a book. Okay, there are steps. You need to get it edited. After they edit it, you got to read over, see if you agree with their edits. If you don't agree, you got to read it. Read it over, send it back. Why did you change this? I don't like that. Most of the times I agree with their edits because they're editors. They know what they're doing. And then I have to read it over. And then I'm Miss Verbosity, so I'm always adding stuff. So then I have to send it back for them to do. But my editor told me I need to stop doing that because it takes me forever to get a book done. I need to write it, read over it about 3 or 4 times, send it to the editor. Once the editor send it back to me one time, and let it go to print. So that's what I'm trying to do so I could get more books done, because if I'm going to get 2 or 3 books out during Corona, I need to do better than what I've been doing. All right. So the book I'm working on is Wasting Time with Boyfriends. Okay, ladies, you want to be married, but you're wasting your time with boyfriends. How many boyfriends you done had? 5, 6, 7? How many of them you done shacked up with? You're 40. Now you're 40. Still believing God for a husband, but you haven't changed. And so when we need God to move for us, guess what we have to do, ladies? We have to change and we have to sacrifice. Hallelujah. We got to sacrifice this flesh to get what we really need. Yes, baby.
I can't have a little bit of soda.
Soda? What time is it? Let's ask Daddy.
No, I need to ask you.
Oh, you need to ask me. Why is that?
Because Dad asks a new body to act something.
Okay, let me finish this.
Then
you can have a little bit of soda. Ginger ale?
I can't watch something.
I don't think so. I think Daddy says school time. You're doing school with Daddy today. You did school with me yesterday.
You did our cook snack?
I will. All right, so May 14th. May 14th. Let's pick up. Let's get it going. Let me drop the lesson in here. Girls at the jobs texting me because they want people to start coming back to work. So it is. First Samuel 15 to 16. Ooh, yes. That's where we are. First Samuel 15 to 16. John 8, 1 to 20. And Proverbs. I feel so good getting 3 classes done today so I could jump ahead, 8 to 10. All right, let's jump right into it. So we're going to start with Samuel first. 1 Samuel 15 to 16, okay? One day Samuel said to Saul, "It was the Lord who told me to anoint you as king." There it is again. There it is. It is the Lord who told me to anoint you as king. So the people didn't pick Saul. The people only asked for a king. Things acted up. The people only asked for a king. So verse 15 again, let's start over. One day Samuel said to Saul, "It was the Lord who told me to anoint you as king." My thing is acting up, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's better. Told me to anoint you as king of his people. So God told Samuel to anoint Saul. Now listen to the message from the Lord. "This is what the Lord of Heaven's army has declared. I have decided to settle accounts with the nation of Amalek for opposing Israel when they came from Egypt. Now go and completely," keyword, "completely destroy the entire Amalekite nation, men, women, children, babies, cattle, sheep, goats, camels, and dogs. Wipe them all out. Wipe them out. Babies, everything." So Saul mobilized his army at Telaim. There were 20,000 soldiers from Israel and 10,000 from Judah. Jesus have mercy. Woo, Lord. Just roll over, child. Don't even fight. Just roll over. Then Saul and his army went to a town of the Amalekites and lay in wait in the valley. Saul sent his warning to the Kenites, "Move away from where the Amalekites live, or you will die with them, for you showed kindness to all the people of Israel when they came out of Egypt." So the Kenites packed up and left. Then Saul slaughtered the Amalekites from Havilah all the way to Shur, east of Egypt. He captured Agag, the Amalekite king, but completely destroyed everyone else. Saul and his men spared Agag's life and kept the best of the sheep and goats and cows and fat calves and lambs, everything in fact that appeared to them. They destroyed only what was worthless or poor. What did God say? What did God tell Samuel to tell Saul to do to the Amalekites? Destroy them all. Everything. Babies, camels, goats, sheep, the king, everything. But what did Saul do? He disobeyed and destroyed only what looked bad and kept what looked good. I'm sorry, my feet is cold. I had to ask a girl on Facebook, in one of the Facebook singles ladies group this morning, dating a man who's not a believer. I said, what did God say about women, Christian women marrying unbelievers? What did his word say? And is his word the final authority in your life? See, you always bring people back to the word. Verse 10 of 1 Samuel chapter 15. Then the Lord said to Samuel, I am sorry that I ever made Saul king, for he has not been loyal to me and has refused to obey my command. Samuel was so deeply moved when he heard this that he cried out to the Lord all night. Samuel loved Saul. Early the next morning, Samuel went to find Saul. Someone told him Saul went to the town of Carmel to set up a monument to himself when he went on to Gilgal. When Samuel finally found him, Saul greeted him cheerfully. May the Lord bless you. He said, I have carried out the Lord's command. Then what is all the bleating of sheep and goats and lowing of cattle I hear? Samuel demanded. It's true that the army spared the best of the sheep, goats, and cattle, Saul admitted, but they are going to sacrifice them to the Lord, your God. We have destroyed everything else. This is when God tell you something, then you take what he says, say, oh, but I'm going to give it glory. I'm going to use it for God's glory. No, kill everything, he says. It is true that the army, verse 16. Then Samuel said to stop. Listen to what the Lord told me last night. What did he tell you? Saul asked. And Samuel told him, although you may think little of yourself, you are not. Although you may think little of yourself, what are you thinking about yourself? Are you not the leader of the tribes of Israel? The Lord has anointed you king of Israel, and the Lord sent you on a mission and told you, go and completely destroy the sinners and the Amalekites until they are all dead. Why haven't you obeyed the Lord? Why did you rush for the plunder and do what was evil in the Lord's sight? But I did obey the Lord, Saul insisted. Y'all marrying these sinner men. Huh? Y'all marrying these men who don't love your God. And then you're going to tell God, but I did obey you. I carried out the mission he gave me. Now this is for single ladies. I'm not talking to any married woman. If you're listening and you are a married woman, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about girls, single women who are dating for marriage. Okay? Single woman dating for marriage. I carried out the mission he gave me. I brought back King Agag, but I destroyed everyone else. Then my troops brought in the best of the sheep and goats. So now he's blaming his army. He's blaming the military. As the king, it is your responsibility. You're the leader. Single ladies, this is why y'all got to choose right. You got to choose right. Bible says, "Why submit yourselves to your own husbands as unto the Lord." So when stuff is not going right in this house and God calls an audience, he ain't say nothing to me. You know why he ain't gonna say that? I'm not the head of this house. I am not the leader of this house. That's why single ladies who are dating for marriage, you cannot just marry any man. Do not marry a man you do not honor. Do not marry a man you do not respect. Do not honor a man you do not adore. Do not marry a man you cannot trust. If you do, your life will be a living hell. Verse 22, but Samuel replied, "What is more pleasing to the Lord, your burnt offering or sacrifices, or your obedience to his voice?" Huh? Your obedience to God's voice is more important. Listen, obedience is better than sacrifice. Submission is better than offering the fat of rams. Rebellion is as sinful as witchcraft, and stubbornness is as bad as worshiping idols. So because you have rejected the Lord, command of the Lord, he has rejected you. You know why things not working? For some people, God's rejected you. You need to go back and see where you didn't listen to God, you disobeyed, and repent. Verse 24 of 1 Samuel chapter 15. Then Saul admitted to Saul, "Yes, I have sinned." Then Saul admitted to Samuel, "Yes, I have sinned. I have disobeyed your instructions and the Lord's command, for I was afraid of the people and did what they demanded. But now please forgive my sin and come back with me so that I may worship the Lord." But Samuel replied, "I will not go back with you. Since you have rejected the Lord's command, he has rejected you as king of Israel." As Samuel turned to go, Saul tried to hold back and tore the hem of his robe. And Samuel said to him, "The Lord has torn the kingdom of Israel from you today and has given it to someone else who is better than you. And he who is the glory of Israel will not lie, nor will he change his mind, for he is not human that he should change his mind." God is not human that he should change his mind. Saul lost the kingdom, not only for himself, but he messed it up for his bloodline. God said to Saul, when Saul reached out and ripped Samuel's robe, Samuel said, "God has torn the kingdom of Israel from you this day." That means his seed is going to will not ever sit on the throne. Parents, do you see how you can mess up your legacy and the lives of your children? Single ladies dating, be careful who you marry. Single ladies dating for marriage. Leave these men with 5 and 10 kids. Girl, he ain't gonna be broke. Child support. And boo-boo. Ain't no inheritance for you and your kids. Single ladies, I'm talking to single women who are dating for marriage. I am teaching the Bible study, but when I get a little nugget, I got to drop it, okay? So Saul messed it up for himself and his seed. Jonathan will never reign on the throne. Verse 30, then Saul pleaded again, "I know I have sinned, but please at least honor me before the elders of my people and before Israel by coming back with me so that I may worship the Lord your God." So Samuel finally agreed and went back with him, and Saul worshipped the Lord. Then Saul said, bring King Agag to me. Samuel said, bring Agag to me. Agag arrived full of hope, for he thought, surely the worst is over, and I have been spared. But Samuel said, as your sword has killed the sons of many mothers, now you will be child, your mother will be child. And Samuel cut Agag to pieces from the Lord, before the Lord at Gilgal. Okay, Samuel cut him up. Then Samuel went home to Ramah, and Saul returned to his house at Gibeah of Saul. Samuel never went to meet with Saul again, but he mourned constantly for him, and the Lord was sorry he had ever made King Saul king of Israel. So Samuel mourned. Now let's see what God said about Samuel crying over Saul. Verse 6, chapter 16, 1 Samuel chapter 16. Now the Lord said to Samuel, you have mourned long enough for Saul. I have rejected him as king of Israel. So fill your flasks with olive oil and go to Bethlehem. Find a man named Jesse who lives there, for I have selected one of his sons to be my king. There it is again. God chose Saul and God chose David. Verse 2 of 1 Samuel chapter 6. But Samuel asks, how can I do that? If Saul hears about it, he will kill me. Take a heifer with you, the Lord replied, and say that you have come to make a sacrifice to the Lord. Invite Jesse to the sacrifice, and I will show you which of his sons to anoint. So Samuel did as the Lord instructed. When he arrived at Bethlehem, the elders of the town came trembling to meet him. What's wrong? They asked. Do you come in peace? Yes, Samuel replied, I have come to sacrifice to the Lord. Purify yourselves and come with me to the sacrifice. Then Samuel performed the purification rites for Jesse and his sons and invited them to the sacrifice. So in those days, when the prophet come, you're like, oh Lord, the prophet, what did we do? Okay. So they say, you come in peace. 1 Samuel 16 and verse 6. When they arrived, Samuel took one look at Eliab and thought, surely this is the Lord's anointed. Okay, eyes can deceive you, okay? But the Lord said to Samuel, don't judge by his appearance or height, for I have rejected him. The Lord doesn't see things the way you see. People judge by outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. And so this is one of the verse they use against King Saul because he was tall and handsome. So they say, ladies, you don't need no tall, handsome, good-looking man. You need a short, fat, ugly man, okay? But it says the heart. We have to check the heart. He could be tall, good-looking, but check the heart, okay? Verse 8, then Jesse told his son and Abinadab to step forward and walk in front of Samuel. But Samuel said, this is not the one the Lord has chosen. Next, Jesse summons Shemiah. But Samuel said, neither is this the one the Lord has chosen. In the same way, all 7 sons of Jesse who presented themselves to Samuel. But Samuel said to Jesse, the Lord has not chosen any of these. Then Samuel asks, are these all the sons you have? Lexi, wait a minute. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, y'all gonna have to give her chores for the day. All right. So all 7 sons passed, and Samuel said, ain't none of these. Okay. Do you have any more children? Okay, ladies, you can use this too. My daddy always say, if 10 men find you, you're not gonna marry all 10 of them. You got to choose one and marry him. Samuel said, then Samuel asked, are these all your sons you have? There's still the youngest, just replied, but he's out in the fields watching the sheep and the goats. They didn't even think of David to invite him to the dinner. Okay, he was out in the back in the fields with the goats and the cats and the animals. Send for him at once, Samuel. We will not sit down to eat until he arrives. So Jesse sent for him. He was dark and there you go. There you go again. I'm telling y'all, ladies, stop listening to these church folks marrying these ugly men you can't look at. Saul was tall, handsome, good looking. He was elite. He was a man of stature. Jesse sent for him. David was dark and handsome. He had red hair with beautiful eyes. Hello. He got beautiful eyes. Ladies, when you go to the first day, don't go to no dark movie you can't see. Sit across the table and look at him. Look in his eyes. You're going to look at those eyes forever. Look at his lips. Do you like his lips? Look at him. That's what I do with my husband. I looked at him. That is so handsome. Just so handsome. He's so handsome. Okay. And the Lord said, this is the one. Anoint him. So as David stood here among his brethren, Samuel took the flask of olive oil he had brought and anointed David with the oil. And the Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon David from that day. Then Samuel returned to Ramah. David was 17 years old when God anointed him as king of Israel. Glory be to God. Okay. Now, verse 14, the Spirit of the Lord had left Saul, and the Lord sent a tormented spirit that filled him with depression and fear. So Saul became depressed and was full of fear. Some of Saul's servants said to him, a tormented spirit from God is troubling you. Let us find a good musician to play the harp. Whenever the tormented spirit troubles you, you will play soothing music. He will play soothing music, and you will soon be well again. Hello, you're depressed, you're brokenhearted, you're down. Put on the praise and worship music. All I need is you, Lord. Hallelujah, hallelujah. I'm in need of more of you. Sing to the Lord, okay? Verse 18, one of the servants said, one of Jesse's sons from Bethlehem. You see how God's starting to set David up. One of the sons from Bethlehem is a talented harp player. Not only that, he is a brave warrior, a man of war, and has good judgment. Good judgment. He is also a fine-looking young man, and the Lord is with him. There they go again. Talk about how good-looking David was. Stop marrying these ugly men, ladies. Stop it. If you can't look at him, don't marry him, okay? Verse 19, so Saul sent messengers to Jesse to say, send me your son David, the shepherd. Jesse responded by sending David to Saul, along with a young goat, a donkey loaded with bread, and a wineskin full of wine. So David went to Saul and began serving him. Saul loved David very much, and David became his armor bearer. Look how God showed David favor, right? Then Saul sent word to Jesse, asking, please let David remain in my service, for I am very pleased with him. Hello? Okay. That's all the good news I get about my kids. Oh, I'm pleased. Oh, they're so well behaved. They're good. And whenever the tormented spirit from God troubled Saul, David would play the harp. Then Saul would feel better, and the tormented spirit would go away. Amen. Oh, that was a good story, was it? It's going to get better tomorrow. Okay. John chapter 8, verse 1. Jesus returned to the Mount of Olives, but early the next morning, he was back again at the temple. A crowd soon gathered, and he sat down and taught them. As he was speaking, the teachers of religious law and the Pharisees brought a woman who had been caught in the act of adultery. They put her in front of the crowd. What's wrong with that? Where's the man? Was she in adultery by herself? Where's the man at? Where is the man that was caught in adultery with the woman? Teacher, they said to Jesus, this woman was caught in the act of adultery. That means she and the man was in the bed and they was getting busy, okay? The Lord Moses says to stone her, what do you say? They were trying to trap him into saying something they could use against him, but Jesus stood up, stooped down, and wrote in the dust with his finger. They kept demanding answers, so he stood up and said again, all right, but I let the one who has never sinned throw the first stone. Then he stooped down again and wrote in the dust. When the accusers heard this, they slipped away one by one, beginning with the oldest, until only Jesus was left in the middle of the crowd with the woman. Then Jesus stood up and said to the woman, "Where are your accusers? Didn't even one of them condemn you? No, Lord," she said. Jesus said, "Neither do I. Go and sin no more." Go and sin no more. If you're shacking up, sin no more. All right. Verse 12 of John 8, Jesus spoke to the people once more and said, "I am the light of the world. If you follow me, you won't have to walk in darkness because you will have the light that leads to life." The Pharisees replied, "You are making those claims about yourself. Such testimony is not valid." Jesus told them, "These claims are valid even though I make them about myself, for I know where I came from and where I am going, but you don't know this about me. You judge me by human standards, but I do not judge anyone. And if I did, my judgment would be correct in every respect because I am not alone. The Father who sent me is with me. Your own law says that if two people agreed about something, their witnesses is accepted as a fact. I am one witness, and my Father who sent me is the other." Bam, in your face. Okay. Verse 19, "Where's your father?" they asked. Jesus answered, "Since you don't know who I am, you don't know who my Father is. If you knew me, you would also know my Father." Jesus made these statements while he was teaching in the section of the temple known as the treasury, but he was not arrested because his time had not yet come. Psalm 110, we're moving. Psalm 110, "The Lord said to my Lord, sit in the place of honor at my right hand until I humble your enemies, making them a footstool under your feet. The Lord will extend your powerful kingdom from Jerusalem. You will rule over your enemies. When you go to war, your people will serve you willingly. You are arrayed in holy garments, and your strength will be renewed each day like the morning dew." Take that for yourself. "The Lord has taken an oath and will not break his vow. You are a priest forever in the order of Melchizedek. The Lord stand at your right hand to protect you. He will strike down the kings when his anger erupts. He will punish the nations and fill their lands with corpse. He will shatter heads over the whole earth, but he himself will be refreshed from brooks along the way. He will be victorious." Take that for yourself. I am victorious. Proverbs 15, 8-10. "The Lord detests the sacrifice of wicked, but he delights in the prayers of the upright." So ask yourself, am I wicked or am I upright? "The Lord detests the way of the wicked, but he loves those who pursue godliness." Godliness. "Whoever abandons the right path will severely discipline. Whoever hates correction will die." Hello, there is a path that seemeth right unto man. That's our lesson for today. I am one day ahead, one day ahead, one day ahead. Thank you, Jesus. Y'all been with me this last month, knowing how I've worked hard, three lessons a day. Finally, I'm caught up and I'm finally ahead. Thank you, guys. Stay with me a few more minutes. I'm almost at an hour. Stay with me for a few more minutes until I get my time, and then I will see you tomorrow. But stay with me if you can. I love you. Thanks, guys. Oh Lord, it's such a beautiful day today. Just a few more minutes, guys. Few more minutes. Hmm? Sure, babe. Few more minutes, guys. Just a few more minutes, and then that will be for the day. I really appreciate your love and support. Mwah. Latoya, bye. You did it, Jen. It's all caught up. Way to go. I'm going to work out now. Thank you, Latoya, girl. I'm about to go outside too, girl. Baby's dressed. We're about to go outside. All right. I love you. I love everyone. Thank you for your love and your support. I am all caught up and I'm one day ahead. Hello, Overflow. Thank you, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll do 2 classes tomorrow, and then I'm going to be ahead. Then I'm going to be ahead a week, and then it's going to be 2 weeks. Then it's going to be a whole month. Love you guys. See y'all tomorrow. Love you. Have a good day. Mwah, mwah. Bye.